Hello, it's Slate Warrior with another pre-discussion video vlog, and this time I have a question for you guys. As you can see, in my discussion videos, I normally have like a picture of the card and all the cards that I'm discussing on the screen, and then I talk about them with my microphone. And then in videos like the Q&A that I recently did, and these vlogs like this, I have my face in front of the camera. And I was wondering, you should comment about this in the comment section below. What do you think about me doing videos like this? Like, would you rather have me do the videos with a picture of what I'm talking about on the screen, or do you want to see my face? That's pretty much it. Okay, enjoy my discussion. Hello, YouTube. This is Slate Warrior, and I'm here for another new card discussion. Okay, and in this case, I'm going to be trying out doing this discussion on Dueling Network. I know the last couple have been on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia, but I don't know, I'm trying something different. So yeah, comment down in the comment section below which one you like better, either Dueling Network or showing you the pictures on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is a really newly announced card as a TCG exclusive for Dragons of Legend. Alright, that is this card right here, Noble Knight Brothers. And Noble Knight Brothers says, I just found this card, so I mean, I saw it on Facebook, that Singapore edition Yu-Gi-Oh! That page. Anyway, it's a level 4 warrior, which means it can be searched with Rhoda, like the rest of the deck. But anyway, it's called Noble Knight Brothers. It's light, 1224. This card can only attack while you control exactly 3 Noble Knight monsters and no other monsters. By the way, it only has 1200 attack, but it has 2400 defense for a level 4 searchable, settable monster. Anyway, when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon up to 2 Noble Knight monsters from your hand, but cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Noble Knight monsters. Once per turn, you can target 3 Noble Knight and or Noble Arms cards in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 to the deck, and draw 1 cards. That's sort of a Daigusto Emeral card effect. So, it's just the Noble Knight version of that. And, I mean, this totally speeds up their explosive plays. I mean, it lets them get 3 on the board right away. So, I'm sure that this will be a card that Noble Knights decide to play. I'm not a Noble Knight player, but it seems pretty good. I mean, the downside is that it can only attack when you control 3 Noble Knight monsters, but I mean, I don't see this card attacking that much by itself. Alright, so like I said, this is a very newly announced card, so I'm not sure how many other Yu-Gi-Oh! Channels have covered this yet, but I just found out about it. It was just put on Dueling Network just recently. So yeah. Alright, moving on. Shoot, I forgot. Normally I have my I separate my categories by torrentials, torrential tributes. Alright, here we go. So there's a torrential separating there, torrential separating there. Alright, so here we go. We got the next card that I want to talk about is another Dragons of Legend card, Ra's Disciple. Apparently the Dragons of Legend set was released early in Europe, so that's why I decided to make a video exclusively dedicated to 3 Dragons of Legend cards that I thought hadn't gotten much coverage. I mean, okay, the third one that I do, that I'm gonna do has gotten some coverage, but I don't know. I just think it's gonna be really good, and I think that people aren't giving it the credit it deserves. Like, everyone's talking about, Soul Charge, which is gonna be a really great card. Mathematician, Kuribandit, cards like that are gonna be very good. They're coming out in Dragons of Legend, so I thought that I'd talk about some other cards that I found interesting. Okay, so next is Ra's Disciple. I'm not saying this card's gonna be really good, but I like it. Okay, it's cool. It summons the god cards, So when this card is summoned, you can special summon up to 2 Ra's Disciple from your hand and or deck. Cannot be tributed except for the tribute summon of Slifer the Sky Dragon, Obelisk the Tormentor, Winged Dragon to Ra. You cannot special summon monsters except by the effect of Ra's Disciple. Okay, so the point of this is that you special summon it, or normal summon it, I'm sorry, then special summon 2 more copies from your hand and or deck like it says here, and then use them to tribute off for the 3 god cards right here. I'd also like to point out that this isn't a card that I want to discuss, but it does directly support the god cards. It is a field spell called Mound of the Bound Creator, and it reads, level 10 or higher monsters in the field cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. As you can see, all of these are level 10. Obelisk already can't be targeted, but if a level 10 or higher monster on the field destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, the player who controlled the destroyed monster takes 1000 damage, and when this card in the field is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 divine monster from your deck to your hand. So this is the first ever search card to my knowledge for the gods. Okay, the first ever direct search card. And then we've got this card that it's only in the OCG. We're never gonna get it, are we? What is this, level 12 for? Yep, level 12. Creator God, Horakhty, and I'm pretty sure that's a divine attribute. So I'm pretty sure that means that it's also searchable by Mound of the Bound Creator, right? You can add one divine monster from your deck to your hand. So yeah, if you're playing in the OCG and you somehow manage to get all three of these in the field and get this destroyed by a card effect, you can search your Horakhty from your deck. But yeah, it's a win condition card. Basically, if you guys don't know what Horakhty does, is if you have all three of the gods in the field, you can tribute them off to special summon this card from your hand, and it can't be negated. Special summon can't be negated, and the player that summons this card wins the duel. Alright, so we got that. Alright, and then another torrential tribute here for separation. And the final card that I'd like to show off to you guys, which I'm sure you've already heard about, is Wiretap. It's a counter trap. When a trap card is activated, negate the activation, and if you do, shuffle that card into the deck. Okay, this card is going to be good. I don't know how everyone's not talking about this card. I mean, it makes your opponent's deck thicker. Like, is that the downside of this card? Is that the only downside? I mean, that's good. I mean, I guess I'd rather have it, destroy it like 7 tools and Dark Bribe you here. But I mean, shuffling into the deck, that's supposed to be something that's really bad? Like, that's supposed to be something that's so bad that this card doesn't even need a cost? I don't know. I mean, you know how people talk about like deck thinning, like getting less cards in your deck, and this card does the opposite of that, which seems like it would deter most players, make them like that would be a negative thing to them, right? Have this card activated and get a trap card back into the deck. I guess the only thing is that you have to worry about it in the late game if it's a another card. If it's a card that's at 1, this card doesn't negate it and like get rid of it for the rest of the duel. But I guess we have Mask of Darkness for that too, for getting good traps back. So anyway, yeah. So Wiretap. When a trap card is activated, negate the activation, and if you do, shuffle that target into the deck. All right, like I said, that's comparable to 7 tools here and Dark Bribe. 7 tools, you have to pay 1,000 life points, and it negates all the traps. And then Dark Bribe, when an opponent's spell trap card is activated, so it also negates spells. But this is the only common counter trap that negates traps that I can think of. Your opponent draws a card, also negate the spell trap activation, and if you do, destroy it. So like it does the opposite of this. It thins your opponent's deck. Alright. So those are my thoughts on those cards. That's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, Wiretap, I will be playing you in almost all of my decks. I don't see a reason not to. I mean, I'm going to be testing it. So I'm going to see if... But I mean, I think traps are prevalent enough in the metagame today that Wiretap, once it comes out here soon, I guess it's already out in Europe, right? That's what happened. It got released early. That's why I made this video. That's why I made it specifically about Dragons of Legend cards. But once Wiretap, comes out, I'm going to be testing it, and I'm going to be playing it. I can tell you now, it's going to be a very good card. It negates my separator here. Torrential. Okay. That's enough. So like and subscribe, and definitely comment. Tell me, do you like this better, or do you like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia discussions? Okay, tell me what you're looking forward to in Dragons of Legend, and don't say Soul Charge, because we're all looking forward to that. Okay, see ya, YouTube.